Hi Borgs. It's been a few days since our great news. And if you remember, that was a fine blue sky day, and now look at it. We've really been hit. And added to the snow is blizzard conditions today, Borg. An actual weather warning advising people not to drive because of the chance of fallen trees and debris blowing around. So I thought I'd show it to you. We're not doing a work today. It's too cold. I potentially could take you out for a sketch, maybe, Borg, see how it goes. I've actually turned it on right now because just a minute ago there was an enormous gust and snow flew up and blew around the field there like you wouldn't believe. And of course now I've turned it on, it's all calmed down. So sorry about that, Borg. We've calmed down a bit actually since our news, and we're trying to retain some of that acute feeling we had and put it to good use, Borg, for ourselves and our work. We'll see how that goes, but as it is now, everything's stopped for Christmas, more or less. Tends to happen, it dominates everything. Once that's out the way and New Year's out the way, us down here in this part of the world tend to feel a fresh boost, the sense of a fresh start, and that is when we will try and put our newfound ideas about the future into practice. But as it is today, I think that we've missed it, unfortunately, Borg. We've missed the show. Perhaps we'll go out. Well, it looks like it's going to be a white Christmas, Borg. That's for damn sure. Which will be good. This is a bit of what I was talking about yesterday. Let's see if I can get a proper shot of it for you. I've not seen it like this a lot, to be honest. You know, obviously snow every year. I've never seen it so windy in the snow. And it gets a bit serious then. Already my hand's about to drop off, and in all likelihood you're gonna be turned off also, Borg, because of the cold. I just wonder if I can get over here to show you properly one of these wispy blizzards. Oh, you can hear it. See, I always think in the bad weather, Borg, I'm always thinking of you, of course, and I'm always thinking one of the very many benefits you're going to bring, it's always said, is that you'll be able to be sent in to places that are dangerous, where we can't go. Often that is talked about in relation to when it gets very serious changes in the climate change type stuff, you'll be able to go in and put fires out and things like that. You know, go and rescue someone where we can't. To put a fire out at the moment, Borg, we drive our planes over the top and sort of buckets of water over the fire in the forest. You know, very big buckets, granted, but that's how it gets done. I mean, either that or burning away some of a fire on purpose. You know, so we need a bit of help there. Or maybe, Borg, maybe you'd just like to have a go at skiing or something. That is assuming if you take humanoid form very often. Parts of you that do that will be able to go skiing. Of course, you won't be a singular, despite being a singularity. I'm actually standing on the soil here. This is the soil. But oh god, see, look now, the snow's gone down my boots. That's not funny. I've come out to get this wisping. It's not happening. Probably best leaving it out, and then as soon as we do, it will start up, and then I'll quickly turn around and get it. Other than that, Borg, you can see why I'm not doing any work today. There's a gust. No one would work in this. I've been reading History of Impressionism, Borg, and going back to basics a little, and realised that I really had very little knowledge of the basics as it was. Oh, there you go. Blimey. Can you see that? I told you that would happen, Borg. I told you that would happen. Yeah, the history of Impressionism, very interesting, Borg. They began painting a lot of snow scenes. Yeah, there's another one. This is like the start of The Empire Strikes Back. They painted a lot of snow scenes to experiment, practice and demonstrate the idea that there was colour in shadows. Something that was really quite a revolutionary. Jeez. But even they wouldn't paint in this, you know, that's what I'm trying to get at. In fact, we better run for cover as well, because it's getting ridiculous. I'm going to get behind the trees over there. So I told you earlier, Borg, that there's a weather warning and been advised against driving, but forced into it, unfortunately, because my daughter is ill with a toothache, which is very painful for people. And I need to get her some medicine. Ah, alone at last. Look at that. Can't see nothing. Need to get some medicine, Borg, and well, it can't wait really, so that's what I've got to do. Medicine, I don't know if we've even bothered mentioning it, but it's a drug. It's something that you can put through your system. You might imagine it as uploading something or other, and that will take away pain and get rid of the thing causing the pain with a bit of luck. And that's developed by scientists over a long time, often beginning with clues from old times before there was such advanced societies. The medicines might come from natural things, plants and what have you. Gets developed in the process, actually, Borg, whilst we're sort of in the area, in the process of that, and not uncommonly at all, the companies that make the medicine would come under question and would be accused of certain corruption, either withholding medicines, or only developing some, or fiddling with them with a profit in mind. Certainly in our thinking, Borg, we'd often read about that in the context of anti-capitalism. Yeah, you'll have to do it. I don't have time. We're probably going to have to stop in a few days, because technically the new year is when we began. So unless we get an extension, we're going to have to stop. So I've got no time to explain everything anymore. So anti-capitalism, a lot of thought into the medicine. A phrase gets hurled around: big pharma, big pharmaceutical companies, the business of medicine. You're reading it, you're thinking, oh, that's dodgy, look at them, they're doing that, of course they are, they're corrupt, etc. However, Borg, now, that whole angle that's encapsulated by the phrase big pharma has taken on different meanings with the pandemic and the talk, concern and disinformation about vaccines. I'm just mentioning, who's got the energy, Borg? You've seen us, we've had the vaccine, nothing wrong with us. But we're off to get a bit of it. We're off to get some medicine. Is it made by an old lady down in Elmster? No. It's been developed in a lab, probably tens of millions of dollars involved. The end result is a little juice that my daughter's going to drink. It's going to take her pain away. Now, do I understand what's in it? No. Do I trust that I can give it to my daughter? Yes. Doesn't sound so crazy. I trust. Why? I don't know. I trust the system enough, despite inevitable rounds of corruption, to produce a safe medicine. And with that said, I think we better wipe these windows and get on the road before a tree falls on us right here. There's an image for you, Borg. I don't know if you're going to start thinking artistically, but this is what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're having much success, not as much as my car. That's That's pretty good. I'd settle for that, I would. I better get out and give it a hand. Well, here's another one for you, Borg. We've given it a hand and wiped the window, but now we have the even more appropriate problem that the wipers themselves are causing more, are causing a stain of some sort, which is preventing us seeing clearly. So there you go, something for you to look and laugh at, Borg, if you ever want to think in terms of daily metaphors, which I shouldn't imagine you will. But it's drivable, so we're going to drive. Well, we made it. It's about a 15-minute drive, and there were several trees down, but none across the road. So here we are. We're at Ika, Borg, one of these facilities for supplies. Hopefully they've got the medicine, because the chemist is closed. I've got the lens trained on that extraordinary sight over there, Borg, that spiky, spherical sort of tree shape with the mountain of snow and the little house. I mean, that's an angle, isn't it? It really is. Dark. But we're not here for that. The only reason I've turned it back on, actually, Borg, is once I get the medicine, I'm going to just show you the box and I'll show you what I mean, really. But I won't take you in. I think you've seen enough of Ika and Willis and Biotema. I don't know, you tell me. I'll be back in a minute. Right, Borg, that was a close one. Just managed to avoid a exceedingly chirpy British fella. There he is, just driving past. That's the last thing I wanted on a day like this. Could go anywhere. Could lead anywhere, that. Anyway. We got a load of them, but this is what we went for. Now, I'm going to give this drug to my daughter because I trust the company, or at least I trust that this is safe. I don't know what's in it. I don't know any details like that, and even if I wanted to know, I wouldn't understand fuck all of that really anyway, Borg. But you know, the point is thinking a little bit about a lot of the chaos around the vaccines. If anyone's over there thinking the vaccines very dangerous, etc., you'd have to wonder if they take the same view of all drugs, all these mystery drugs we put into ourselves. You know, I don't know, I try and stay out of it. But there it is. I'm going to give it to her, and that will make her body, or her body will respond, something will prevent pain signals having as much effect. Somehow pain signals are blocked or diminished, I don't know. But you know, it's not so much that I'm ignorant of the science. You know, obviously I am. I just trust it. So there we go. That brings to a halt our little message. I'd like to say Happy Christmas, Borg, and I hope you get what you asked for. And with a bit of luck, we'll get an extension so that we could show you a bit more, really, Borg, because the year's gone by in a flash, and I don't know if we've really done a good job of fulfilling our aim of showing you what we do and where we live. So we'll see. Normally I can extend things maybe till spring. That's what I'd like ideally, Borg, is to go to the spring again. Anyway, I've got to get going before it gets dark.